Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Onward. This video here today is brought to you by Downpour Interactive, the developers behind Onward, and today we're going to take a look at some of the new changes that were brought in the last couple of updates. One of them was actually a really big update, update 1.7, and today we're going to be mostly talking about 1.7, all the cool stuff it brought to the game, though there's also been some patches, actually 4 to be precise, since that October 30th update, so here we can talk about those as well. So for the people who didn't know, Onward actually has multiple game modes. They have a single player / co-op game mode where you are playing against the AI, or you can play multiplayer per PvP or peer versus peer. However, I have still kind of shied away from playing the PvP game modes. I very much intend on doing it in the future. It is something that I really shy away from right now. I feel like I don't have the experience, and you'll see that later on when even against AI, I'm stressed out. I'm trying to fumble my inventory, trying to reload, and I'm just messing around with all the controls. It's more of a me thing. I just really get stressed in those situations. Being in VR really puts you on the spot, and having these guys charge you with grenades or shotguns, or just in general hear them yelling and speaking to you, it is actually pretty frightening. So I have this like weird thing where I'm just like trying to very stressfully reload. So for me to jump into multiplayer, something I'm not really comfortable with as of right now. However, for us, the single player / co-op gods, we have some new stuff to mess with. First of all, they added a couple of different classes for AI. Riflemen and automatic riflemen, snipers and close quarters, and all of these have different weapons, different statistics, and they also have different actions they can take, where the snipers will be a little bit slower and tend to get distance from you to engage you, whereas the close quarters guy, for example, will try and charge you with grenades. And I have to say, the new grenade AI is very hard to deal with. I didn't want to dolphin dive and ruin my entire face diving into on my hardwood floor in my room. Getting away from the grenade guys is relatively hard. And now these 4 new classes are actually divided into separate squads. So before, the AI would roam around the map in single dudes, or basically by themselves. And now they patrol in different squads. So there's a rifle squad, a sniper squad, there's a couple of other different squads, and they'll try and work together and even call in reinforcements, which you'll see later on, where I'm having an engagement with one group, and then suddenly the other group that's like across the map runs at me trying to support the group I'm already engaging. So besides making AI work together, and gotta say to a deadly degree, they now also have a lot of different upgrades to them. They can see better, they can hear better, they will even use smoke grenades to cover their advance, or they will use, as you've seen, frag grenades to totally obliterate you. And it's kind of hard to get away from a grenade if you're in the middle of this parking lot. So to me, besides the AI overhaul and everything that came with it, a really big plus to me in this update is the Workshop Edition. Every game that adds a Workshop Edition sees such an increase in the community wanting to be even more involved with the game, and a really cool example of that is that on the October 30th update of 1.7, 6 custom maps were available. I just checked it, and at least double that number are now available on the browser in the game. So we had a lot of more maps added in the last month or so, and it really gives the community an option to be more involved and to create their own stuff the way they like it. And now with the menu, you can easily, like, it literally was 2 buttons. I clicked on Workshop, I scrolled down to maps, I selected the map I wanted to download, and it was there, right there, in my multiplayer, in my single player stuff. And it's just such an easy way. You don't have to mess around with files. It really adds to this game, and having basically more stuff to play, which might even bring some veterans back of the game who maybe have played all of the maps left, right, center, up, and down, but basically adding a never-ending stream of custom maps to play on is really awesome. And a good example here is the first one I played on was a custom map called H-Mart, which was a really small map just based around this supermarket. And then the second map I played was a giant desert city. I feel like the H-Mart map could fit on it 6, 7, 8 times. And it really made such a difference in combat, such a difference in a scenario. I was even thinking of maybe bringing a sniper rifle on this bigger map versus, you know, on the first map. I probably would have brought a shotgun. So besides the large update on October 30th, a couple of updates have actually been done to the game between that day and the day I'm recording this video. And one of the bigger things in it, in my opinion, besides all the fixes and additions, was the 2-time flip-up holographic sight. A sight I tend to pick in any other first-person shooter if I have the option to, because it gives you a nice balance between medium to short-range combat. You can flip it up, and I really like that thing where you just have to flip it up and down yourself. You're not just pressing a button on your keyboard. It's something that never gets old, I guess. In Onward, is just such a crazy game where, you know, normally it'd be a mouse button press, like, you know, enter or whatever. Here, you're actually physically having to push it over or flip it back up. And it really makes the combat a little more interesting there, because you actually have to now get your hand off the gun and flip it, which in a normal FPS game wouldn't really matter because you just press a button. But here you have to take your hand off of the foregrip or the barrel and flip it up or down, making it an actual tactical decision, but a very nice addition as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit more informative, but I really wanted to highlight some of the changes that happened in the last couple of updates, especially the big 1.7 one. I have a really cool and I think very unique video regarding Onward coming very soon, including a face cam. We're gonna have to wait for the actual video to see what that's gonna be because I don't want to spoil it. For now, if you guys enjoyed the video, cheers.